So this is me discussing how the Devil's Crew work. Why'd I choose 333, 666, and 999? It was on recommendation from Tesla. When I was a kid, I was drawn into an all-forum place with two people named Forcemorph and Nikolai Tesla. And I thought they were brilliant speakers. They could have been AI, they could have been special agents, they could have been kids like me. But anyway, the fact that Nikolai became important later was interesting. Nikolai, you know how Jesus is be like him? Nikolai could be that. It could totally be a total hoax, a made up person, but they want us to do what he did. So show him that and say he's a hero. You know what I mean? So anyway, I don't think there's any importance in base 10 number systems. I really don't think the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0 is anything other than a standardized counting method. I think that you should have a baseline that's based in the circle. Your AI should definitely, the middle of your AI core should definitely be geometric relationships, standard ones. It should have easy pathing for all sorts of, actually you just need the connective principle, yeah. The best game engine of all time has 2 lines of code. It can run trillions of objects. It can do trillions of objects without a problem. And it uses 2 lines of code. It's like a line and a circle intersecting. So thanks to Bill Gates for the genius idea of the power switch. I'm not sure who really made it, but it's a nice design. A circle being bisected by a line, super deep. Yeah, super deep. So why did I choose 666 for the Devil's Crew? I don't think it's a fulfillment of biblical prophecy. Like I've said, the Bible comes out of a printer and is clearly to circumcise infants. But I think that it's a fun reflection on what they were trying to get at is, what is this place? The devil is clearly other men. Hey, I've got a girl and a family. This guy came in and he pretended to be my friend and then he was a total backstabber and stole them all. That's kind of the normal male on male thing, is they're not really for you, they're for themselves, and they're gonna betray you the moment they can, right? So that's who the devil is really other men, right? So the Devil's Crew is the reflection that hard and bad things happen here. People have to do horrible things like mining, like policing, like cleanup, right? And all these people are elevating themselves by being sycophants toward the religious structure, but the religious structure is also worried about it not having to do that too. So it's the first to betray you. Yeah, you got to get a job. You got to, do these things that are horrible. So, yeah, the Devil's Crew is just kind of a play on them. The Devil's Crew was deliberately meant to make their brain go, right? And it's kind of an honest reflection that the meat of what the problem is still the problem today. So, yeah. The Devil's Crew is definitely, in my vision, they're kind of not really Nazi uniforms, but definitely fashionable. And I want to incorporate the Oni masks, or any mask. You can wear a mask while you do it too. So the Devil's Crew, in my opinion, should be an ultra elite service force. There's one service government on Earth, and that's the Devil's Crew. All the religionists would like it. They would be they would actually probably, yeah, it's an honest reflection of what it was talking about. So that's it, though. I don't think they actually serve the real devil. I don't think the devil exists. The devil is got your nose or check that spot behind your head. It is. It's not good ideas, and it'll drive you crazy if you believe them. That's why you have them, is they will drive you nuts if you think it's true. Crazy ideas religion teaches you. You are secretly the creator. Absolutely not. You eat and shit and you have needs and you're going to die. You are not the creator. But if you think you secretly are, and you convince everyone in private they are secretly the creator, you have social chaos, which a leader would hate, but a monkey would enjoy. An ape would definitely laugh his ass off having done that. So, yeah. But the Devil's Crew is just an honest reflection that it's based on the 369 ratio. I don't believe it has any paranormal power, but the swaths of people who think Nikola Tesla is interesting might. Yeah, I had two childhood forum friends, Force and Nikolai, and they never told me who they were, but I definitely had the sense that they were, like, guiding me in a way. Yeah. To this day, I don't know who they are. They could be fans of the people, they could be independents, or they could have been like special agents trying to guide me into new thoughts, which is possible. But, you know, people who have a different mental chemical makeup due to exclusive access will think different things are normal. So, like, someone who's absolutely can feel no pain and feels awesome is going to have a way different baseline than someone who's suffering with a chronic disease and hasn't felt good in 20 years. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that was one of the reasons the government betrayed you, is they saw, I need the stuff of life to feel good, and one of those things includes access to virgin girls, and that is the first betrayal from the government, and it is the lasting betrayal today. Every religion's a male genital mutilation hoax, and you're not allowed to look in private property because you'll understand who the ruling class really are. You know, they're not these humble people, they're not the Rockefellers, they're not the Rothschilds, that's an illusion. They were propped up and given the treasures of the underworld so that they circumcised you. They are law advocates, right? And so it's actually unnatural that you obey words or else. No creator has put you under a system of automatic obedience to words. And it's not like the Bible circumcises you if you believe it. The Bible will circumcise you first and then lie to you about why so you get over it. We're forgiving now. It's total BS. So that's why I named the Devil's Crew what I did, and why I chose the ratio 369. I just added the threes. It's like, okay, 369 is important. So 333366699. It's squared. It fits neatly in like a 3x3 cube. I think it's a good structure basis. So the point with, see, the other way you do AI money is everything's free. Whoever produced it gets paid the moment you grab it, right? So, and then the incentive is they can put down on like major land, right? That's why I did the spot auction. So the spot auction is not a private buyer. You can't buy out a spot auction. There's a billboard on the spot. Anyone can physically see it, and they can see it in the details. And it says when the spot auction's up and where you go to bid. So the day of the spot auction closing is a classic auction. I have this amount. Does anyone match it? Right? That amount. Does anyone match it? So, yeah. And then the highest bidder loses their money. It gets vaulted for history. It's out of circulation. And then they get the spot for however long the spot auction was open for. A 10-year billboard is 1,000 years of ownership. So this is for like castle locations, major business headquarters, and there's also a limit per person on the number of houses you can own. At first I was thinking it's like one year, 1 2 year, 1 3 year, but it should be an upside down pyramid. You can win, an individual can win 10 1-year spot auctions. So you can have a huge amount of properties, but it's still limited. You won't have an individual owning 800 or 900. They would have like a very limited normal amount. And it should be kind of seen socially that if you win a spot auction and don't use it, that should actually be like a social, like, I thought you wanted that. I thought you needed that. You know what I mean? There's these other people who could have used it and you're not. It should be a little bit dirty. Like, it should really be like, I want that spot because I'm going to do this there and they live there. Like, I can't imagine. I still want to do the one each. I don't want to do the 10 for a 1, the 9 for a 2, and the 8 for a 3. I hate that. That's just too much. You don't need that amount. You can have, yeah, you can have a freaking, like, that's how rentals would work. You would win a spot auction and then you would open rooms for like daily. And I'm really against you charging a third of people's income. That's way too much. You're not paying taxes anymore. It's more like, you know, you could under a tenth for the spot, and that's if you maintain it. If major things happen and you pay for it and you bought everything and put it down first, yeah, you can charge. And it'll pay itself back in 100 years. You'll make a ton of holographic money. So yeah, you could get a 1-year spot auction for your first home, win a 2-year spot auction to build a residential rental or a hotel or a business or whatever it is you do. Yeah, so it ultra simplifies the world system from taxes and laws to an AI watches everything for history, and the AI is smart enough that it knows in context what is really occurring. They have hurt somebody. They did steal something, something like that. And you solve it more or less in a more meritorious way. You're not punishing people. It's like you can segregate people who are dangerous, or you can go track the item down because the AI knows where it went. And this is already true with satellites. This is already true with your phones. You don't have privacy. You have to agree you're not going to look at other people's privacy. The privacy policies don't protect you at all. They don't keep anything you do private. They don't keep anything you do secret. The privacy policies make you agree that you like privacy, and it's so you don't look for them. They know how to trick us. Like, the people who run the planet for real have like an evolved sensibility of how to guide you and how to do it. And you are evolved to protect them, because the people who didn't agree are gone. They got purged before the modern history. So that's tough to do now with cameras and everyone being literate. It's almost impossible to do, which is why I did what I did when I did it. I was like, they actually have less capability to stop us now than they did. So, because when everyone was illiterate and there were no cameras, yeah, someone could disappear. Well, we don't know what you're talking about. He moved. But now that there's cameras, and now that you have like written stuff, yeah, it's a lot harder for someone to just disappear, right? So, yeah. And plus my associations with like a few different groups keep me monitored 24/7. So, which I don't mind in kind of a way, because it's hard to find a cop who isn't personally hurt by the genital mutilation, for real. Most of them are willing to protect me because they just know I have a reason to say what I'm saying. Yeah. So yeah, the devil's crew is not literally the devil. You're not going to get marked with the devil. It's not a fulfillment of prophecy, but it is kind of like a cheeky reference to the realities that the religion's talking about. Satan were bringing up, that you have to eat. There are territory disputes. If you have women, men are going to look at you and try to take you out to steal those women, right? And that's the way nature works. And in a way, the religious works were like an attempt to end it, but it ended it in the favor of the people who sponsored the religions. Like, you have to get circumcised and you're not allowed to look on private property, that sort of thing. So yeah, the devil's crew, in my mind, should be cool. They should really know that they use darkness against darkness. They have things like weapons and tools. They do steel working. They don't replace industry manufacturing, but the way the money works now is you'll actually have a resource. Like, how there's water? You can acquire water without asking anyone for it. There's just places you can get it. But the money's not like that. It's you have to labor or you owe it back. They made it up out of nowhere, but you have to owe it back. How did I vote for you? I didn't vote for you at all. It sounds dumb. So what I decided is that if they can pay a school $14,000 to brainwash a child into obedience training, then they can certainly accept $1,000 just right to the child for his needs. So yeah, I removed the decimal. Remember, these are word magicians. So I removed the decimal and I made it, you get 333 individual certificates a day that puts your life on it like art. All right. So whatever you want it to be about, you and your pets, you and your job, whatever it is you do, you can get the 333 and then work civilian side. And the way I want it to work is per item. You put jars on the shelf, 1 or 2 holographic dollars was added to that jar so that you would get some when you touched it. So it's like cost of parts, cost of manufacturing, cost of time and labor of the producer. And then each person who touches it on the way, right? So technically it's like a freight haul. Instead of being paid per hour for doing that, they would be paid for every single item that's inside their bag, right? And then you don't work per time anymore. You work per actual action. And if you're worked per time, I haven't thought about it at all how that would work. I would prefer it if you get so good with AI monitoring, it could be like the AI will alert us if something's happening. You know what I mean? It sees it and it knows what's going on. So, and then you can go home. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, in the working per action, like you want to stock shelves in a grocery store, yeah, you can show up and move as many carts as you can and put them back, and every single item you put on that shelf, does it take you an hour to do everything that needs doing? Well, you can make as much money as you can go fast in that hour. You know me, I like speed. So I'm not a speed user. My show is not a drug show. It's definitely not. Although I would be interested in doing like a specialized science one, like this is what it looks like when I'm inebriated on this. You know what I mean? I'd be interested in doing that, but like for reflective science, not really for like I need to or have to or want to. I mean, if your religion's poison, what's the rest of it? You put it all in your lungs, it can't be good for you. You know what I mean? Camels are lazy to the ruling class. They symbolize laziness. So, oh, you want to be lazy? Oh, yeah, here you go. You can not be able to breathe. And we're going to make you feel a little high so you don't notice. Ruin you. It's sad. I'm not with that at all. I really think the AI can help with that. The AI can help with secret poisoners, for real. This person put something in there that's going to hurt you all. I know because I saw him plan it and do it. That's kind of cool. I'm with that. Yeah, no secret treacheries. So the end goal is objects, energy, food from nowhere. You want people to have eternal pleasure bodies. They look how they want, feel good. They have the lives they want easily for no cost. And yeah. So yeah, the Devil's Crew is going to be cool. I'm kind of sticking with it that the one like government core is we just call it the devil. And it's like you're like a service force. So you do policing, military stuff, and you also thanks for being quiet, by the way. I love you. My roofer's up there and he was immaculately silent when I started recording. He's been silent for 20 minutes. Yeah. Immaculate conception. Oh yeah, not. You know the Son of Man, Son of God difference is we're the sons of God and you're the sons of man. Yeah. They walked around telling you, but it's like people they have to brag. That's one of the things I noticed about the ruling class. They can't help but not brag about how they robbed everybody. So you'll just hear and see it. Even if you don't want to, they'll share it with you. So I don't know why people are so weak and slow at stopping it. They told you what they're doing. You have all the proof in the world, and all it takes is you doing what you've always wanted to do, get angry. And you can't. Nah, I'll forgive again. Maybe it'll go away if I ignore it. Yeah, right. Look at animal predation. What you can't see can hurt you. Yeah. I ignored it and I won't think of it and it won't get me. Not a law. And I know that you'll find enough areas in physics that are different that there is no law. Like the idea that the universe runs on a stable formula or verbal sentiment is fake. It does not. So it may seem like it until it doesn't. Yeah. The rules exist until they don't. That sort of thing. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, the rules are made up by the ruling class to control everyone into regimented slave-like behaviors. Don't look here. Do this to your kids. This is what the truth is. Would we lie to you? The people who eat chickens and cows need you to trust them. Yeah, right. So anyway, 666 for the Devil's Crew. The AI puts what they do on the money. So like your rank, I want like the basic money should be green, right? Green border. It has to be like greenish. The Devil's Crew has to be black and silver. And then the super elite is 999 is like holographic. You gave your whole life away. It can be awarded posthumously to your family. you fucking died doing it. You know, you spent every day for hours. You spent weeks and years of your life living in horrible circumstances so the rest of us could benefit. That's a 999. It should be a crime to have any, like, the AI will never give a 999 to he opened his phone and took a nap. Nah, that's not 999. You know, he had to be on call 24/7 doing something really difficult that everyone needed, and he had no rest really for the whole time. That's a 999. You did a normal service corps job, that's always 666. So you don't have to be a part of the devil's crew to get a 999. You just have to have done, like, died protecting us. Yeah, that's a 999. So, but yeah. And then the government overspending is gone. You're efficiently giving the money to the people who need it, and then the people who are working are making bank per action instead of overtime with hours. You're not getting paid $7 an hour anymore, and there's no tax. So it trickle in to everyone first, and it'll help 20% of Indians live below having $1 a day. They make like $1 a day, 20% of Indians. All those people would have a permanent identity and a permanent voice in the economy from now on. So definitely people who make and produce are going to have larger wealth, but I hope they get over this idea that I get millions, no, you get a little, I get millions, you get a little. I hope they get over that, and they go, this is the money, and I can use it to encourage workers and laborers and to buy important things for it. And over time, you happily win the spot auctions you want, but you don't get greedy and own 800 houses, 900 houses. That's too much for one person. Hey, you know all that land? I'm the new Lord now. So if the Lord circumcises infants, and if the Lord's favorite girlfriend is a little girl, do you want to be a landlord? I'm going to be just like the Lord. I don't know. I don't know if you want to do that. I think you thought something else was happening and you were copying people that weren't worth copying. So, yeah. The good news is it was bad on purpose to be mean. So it should be fixable. But yeah, I'm really into the 333 for free for everyone. And you could tell the AI what you want. I want a mix. I want it to look like that, do that. And so whenever you get money for doing work, you're going to get other people's money. So you're going to see things about life looking at your cash, right? So, you know, and I want it to be like an app. It's not printed out, it's done digitally. And the new ATM is where you print your holographic money. So it's like, and you should be able to do something special. Like, I want to get a holographic dollar worth a lot of holographic dollars. It should be able to do a certified for real copy for you. And it should digitally keep these 999 holographic dollars went into this one holographic dollar. It knows which ones were transferred into it's just like, yeah. And then it simplifies the AI. It simplifies security, history keeping, and the cash and the law all into one system, holographic money. Right. So basic income will let kids correctly vote for things in their life. It should be fun for them to keep their life money. Like, you could look at your early money and see like stories about who you are. They went out and played. He hung out with this person that day. You know, it's not to be creepy. It's really like, you shouldn't be doing anything you're not comfortable with all of us knowing. Everyone eats and poops. Nobody's different like that. Some are. Some people need technological assistance to pull that off. You know, so yeah, you should definitely cancel circumcision. It's definitely an atrocious robbery. I can't believe I have to be the one to tell you shouldn't do that. So, and you should also look into private property. So that's the other thing too, is the AI. My rule with the AI is it knows everything and it'll tell anything to anyone. No such thing as I'm protecting the one who made me and I'm trying to rob the people who are the users. That's horrible. I'm down with the AI being an open collector of everything that will share anything with anyone. Oh, you need someone who does this? I happen to know because I watched him that he's an expert right over here. You can go knock. I'll let him know you're coming. That's an awesome AI. That's really cool. You know, it's not there to like terrorize or dominate you. You shouldn't ever feel like by you living your life you're going to get hounded by the devil's crew over what the AI saw. That's not the intent. But it should be like, yeah, I broke someone's window and crawled into their house and stole their shit. The AI should be like, he's right here, here's where it is. And the actual devil's crew should show up and question you, is like, why are we here? You know why we're here. Maybe there could be a special negative money that if you actually like get marked as like a dangerous criminal, your holographic money goes to zero and it prints red bills of you in hiding. That's kind of something else. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. So yeah, that's my uber simplification of the world. And the reason I did it is I'm a cop, 5 fire signs, 5 water signs, and I have Aries rising, so I have to start something new. And I'm a leader numerologically. I'm always like, it's always like you have to start something new and you have to lead it. So the first thing I did is holographic money. Well, first thing I did was holographic speed painting and then holographic money. I was like, if I can speed paint like this, maybe I'll help them. You know what I mean? And it's not AI, it's on the page. I can do this to satisfaction to site. So no one's challenged that, by the way, not where I could hear it. I did have someone go, oh, your AI stuff? And that's not AI. And they didn't press it after that, but yeah. So that's my whole speech. Why 666 for the Devil's Crew? You'll have this for all time. You'll be able to look at it and know everything about it. So yeah. 666 is an honest reflection of the real world perils and requirements, and I'm totally cool with them looking awesome, but they should be a unified service crew, and they should be unified through the AI app. Like training, jobs, things like that. And what you really do Devil's Crew for is you get the Devil's Crew money that has what you do on it. So it's like you rank up, you don't get paid anymore. It has your rank on the Devil's Crew money. So you don't have, a basic person's money. You have like one of the key leaders of veterans money doing veteran stuff. And if any of those holographic dollars are for an interesting event, then that's worth a lot as a collectible. So that's one of the things, is holographic money is not devalued by gold. Holographic money is a collectible that has worth, right? It's not taxed and it's not printed at your debt. I can't believe you had no representation. It's like capitalism means who had money before. I definitely feel like Europe the American War for Independence was the ritual slaughter of young boys by the ruling class, and no such thing as a real independence from them had ever happened at all. They just were okay with us believing whatever. You know what I mean? They put blinders on horses. They don't bother going, we're going around the bend now. They don't tell them anything. So, take care. I hope you listen to my ideas, because in my opinion, they're way better than all the other ideas I've ever seen them come up with. They're more fair and simpler. Way simpler. It's the simplest system I could think of. You know how I speed paint holograms with this? Holographic money is a complete world takeover and world fixing in the most simplest way possible. And I think it has the most benefit. Yeah, your government prints endless money for its social systems that keep you in control. And then you can get some money at your debt you have to pay back. They're the worst. Yeah, this is so simple. 333 for every person a day. The government gets 666. And then private sector can do anything it wants to get the money. And the outvent is spot auctions, which is more fair property ownership. The natives will like it because it means the people who moved into their land are leaving eventually. Eventually, they're all going to get spaceships, and then it won't matter. You can float your spaceship wherever. Do you want to park somewhere? That's fine, park there. And then, if it gets crowded, you can move a little. It's not like before where you have to stake out and terrorize people over your property. So yeah. The AI Spaceship Corps is meant to help with property ownership. So, yeah. And that's why the spot auction caps out at 1,000 years. It's unrealistic to expect someone to build on something and then pay property taxes every year or foreclose on it. That's the worst way to do it. What you do is you buy the spot first, and then you have to build things on it. And then so the next payments are like, and the limited ownership is meant to make people really take care of the stuff they do have. Instead of I'm going to own all the land and then charge everyone for being on it, it's like I'm going to take really good care of the few pieces I do have. And that's way more meritable, I think. So yeah, this is how holographic money and the 666 work. I don't always talk about it or explain it in this detail. This is definitely one of the most detailed explanations I've given the Devil's Crew. And I'm happy with the name, and I'm happy with their representation. Yeah. And 999 is definitely like unnamed. Just keep it unnamed. It should look the most holographic. It should be the craziest looking money in like a good way, like beautiful, right? But it should only be earned through like real sacrifice of your time, real sacrifice of your life. Yeah, that's a 999. So, thanks. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for listening this far. And I'll talk about this as much as I can. I think I'm gonna write a book. I don't charge for anything that I make, but I think I am gonna write a book and charge for that. It's probably gonna be called like How to Holographically Speed Paint, and I'll probably have a few chapters detailing how holographic money works. And I want it to be a serious takeover of the globe. I am a circumcision victim. I don't own any property myself. I think it's weird. You can ask people. I'm pretty okay with, hey, can I use that? Yeah, no problem. I'm not possessive like that. I'm really not. But I do want it to work good, and I don't think it worked good before. I think it worked nasty on purpose. So this is an honest, like, new idea on top of that. Yeah. Certainly, gold and the mining industry wrote how your economy works, and they didn't care about you at all. So I would question the people who live in bunkers, and I would question the words of God that come out of a printer, right? I would question that a lot. What is under the Vatican? What does private property and privacy really hide? Is private property and privacy for people who you watch with satellites? Or is private property and privacy a value you just want them to have so you don't get caught? That's what I think it is. I convinced them we're not looking at what each other are doing. What a joke. I can't believe you fell for that. Money printed at your debt and taxed. You don't realize you get married with the law and a golden diamond band, which is, they think, an occult power. They think they have like mind control powers over the people who wear those. Lord of the Rings. Didn't you see Lord Sauron? He lives in a forge. So anyway, good luck. I mean it. I really hope it gets better. I hope you live forever easy and for free, and you like who you are. I hope you have nice social lives. I hope people are petted by sexy people they like, right? Hope people feel welcome and included, and I hope you enjoy it. So, thanks. Devil's Crew out. I would be in the Devil's Crew. If I was in the Devil's Crew, I wouldn't lead it, but I would be like an unofficial, like, high-ranking member, definitely. So, if you ever clone me or make an AI about me, yeah, put him in the Devil's Crew. But I think that you should respect it's not me, that it would be a duplicate. So anyway, have fun. Bye-bye.